Hey guys, this is KillrobPlays speaking, and we are today in automation, and we just released this version into open beta. So it is the 17th of September in 2016, and I shall play the grand, not so grand, Lite campaign mode. And we shall play as Wilhelm McSpeck. That name sounds familiar to some of you. We shall start a new game and start out in Gasmea. And our company shall be called Speck Motors. And Speck Motors are known for their comfort cars, and that is why their buyers get really chubby after a while, because they're so comfortable they don't ever want to get out of them. And to reflect that, we do need entertainment and interior. And this looks really easy, like it's just score multiplier 1.56 brutal, so we are starting out with much less money. Let's go with maybe 200 million. 200 million sounds about right. So we are running an insane difficulty game, and probably will succeed just fine. What more do we want? One thing we could lower a little bit here is by investing into more fuel system. That lowers the score multiplier quite a bit. It's not worth that much. Maybe 3 here. Why am I choosing fuel system? Well, fuel system is a large contributor to engine reliability. So that means that if you have fuel system quality and use it, that you will end up with a higher reputation. Alright, so this is a full let's play of this campaign, and what I'm going to do here is, as you already saw from the intro, if you are watching from Automation's channel, I will be just putting up the first trailer episode, like the first episode of this Let's Play, on Automation's channel, and all the rest will be on my Let's Play channel, as this is a free time kind of thing. Alright, I hope you get something out of that, and for those who are coming from my channel, who may be coming in from Diablo 2 or something, and just wonder what the hell is this game? Well, this is the game I'm making along with a few other developers, and we are based in Wellington, New Zealand. And well, we have been working on this for over 5 years already, and it is a car tycoon game, so as the title of the game would suggest. Alright, that is enough of introduction, so let's get going with Speck Motors. Wilhelm McSpeck, also nicknamed Willy, and maybe you can see the connection to his grandson, who's called Dickie. Anyway, okay, insane, everything is good. We are running on a car desirability multiplier of 1 and markup multiplier of 1, so it's reasonably challenging for someone who knows what he's doing. And we shall get into that. Stop the game first, and let's check sales. We don't have sales, market awareness. We are in Gasmea, so we have 30% in every category, and we, right now in this version, can only up that by selling into those specific markets. There are 60 in total, but there are quite a few markets which are not really grayed out, but redded out. That means they don't exist yet, and they will come into existence at some point in the future. For example, supercars make it in 1970 or something, maybe a little bit earlier. I forgot about that already. Market sizes. Oh, looks like the markets are currently growing, so let's check. We have a bit of a low start or medium start in Gasmea for the economy. It's supposed to start at 0.5 exactly. So the randomization seems to be that we are in a little bit of a glut right now. On the other hand, no, we aren't. Just look at the luxury segment. It's currently rising, but the trend doesn't look all that promising right now. Well, it does for this year, but those bubbles come and go, right? Budget cars, all good, but the luxury segment should be reasonably okay for us to get into right at the start. We can always expand it by just selling into those markets. So a little bit of overproduction at the start and then getting into that should do. So what do we do for our first car? As you can see here, these are the numbers for cars per month in the various demographics, and what we want to aim for is probably a small-ish factory with maybe a tiny motor factory. Because we have lots of handmade components if we build superior luxury vehicles and luxury vehicles. Maybe even a little bit of GT Premium. And there are a total of about 800 vehicles in there. So we should keep that in mind if we want to aim for that segment. Alright, so let's get into designing our first car. So what I like to choose first is this one here. We want to choose the 2-door variant because it is more prestigious because it only has 2 doors. It's not one of these pleb cars with 3 doors like this one. Terrible pleb car. And yeah, let's just go with that. Make the footprint even larger, even though we get a little bit more utility, which drags down prestige too. But a larger footprint in Gasmea is what they really like. So let's go with that. Extend this nose out a little bit too and make the car stands wider, because wider is bigger and bigger is better. And the passenger cabin can always get a little larger too. That gives extra comfort. And there we go. Alright, that should do. And now, I think we want to produce a reasonable amount of them. Space frame is not really good for that right now because it's completely handmade. And front longitudinal, double wishbone because we want to go for extreme comfort. And then we certainly want to go for an aluminium body because that is not only lighter, but also more prestigious. And now, as this is an actual Let's Play, I think I won't get around designing these cars, at least to some extent. So let me get going with that. I can certainly see why people were complaining about performance issues. This is pretty terrible. And there seems to be something running in the background of this. So that's something we have to look into. So for now, it's just this very mediocre Wilhelm McSpeck looking car. And we shall not proceed designing cars because that seems to take ages. So you will have to live with my grill-only designs. Yay! Apart from this one. And I think we are going for a V12, as that is what really sells in the ultra-luxury markets. It's very prestigious. And we don't really want to rev this thing either, but the problem with those is that they are really heavy. And I'm going for push rod here because I want as little power as possible. Because these cars will handle like a pregnant cow on ice. So we don't want that to be exaggerated by having lots of power. So now we're making use of our tech pool here and pull it up to whatever tech pool we have, +5, so +8 quality. We are using really simple carburetors here, so dragging this up won't expand on the engineering costs quite that much, so it's a good option. And short cast, and we want to strangle it a little bit, 116 maybe? But going for dual, like this. And now let's test the engine. 130. Alright, so the mufflers are strangling it real good. Yeah, they are. And that's not only expected, but also desired in my case here. I certainly don't want to make that much power. So that's all good. You will be probably getting shivers down your spine seeing this non-optimized engine, because we could make a lot better power here, but I don't want to. How much more do we have? We have 92 RON, which we can use. And 91.9 sounds good, so let's continue on here. Second gear to 100 is what we are aiming for, and then we just take a look later how much wheel spin we get with that and can make it somewhat longer, like this, if needed. But for now, 60 should be good for drivability. You don't want to get the first gear to go either too high or too low, because too low gives wheel spin and too high makes it hard to drive in cities. And no diff, just standard tires, but we can amp up the size. And of course we want to put them out a little bit, otherwise it looks stupid. Alright, there we go. Let's put some muscle car tires on here. And maybe, yeah, maybe we want to have +3 here so that we can amp up the size one further step. Early tires are very limited in their profile height, and we can only have very high profiles in these years. And also probably I need to lower the front tires one step, so that it's more drivable, a little bit understeery and not too big on the oversteer there. Let's see, we do need all the power in the front, certainly. And then +5 early brakes, otherwise we can't stop this beast. It has this massive V12 in there, maybe even more. Yeah, the early years are so difficult there. Let's go to +7 even. And maybe we need like 60 here, we'll see, maybe even lower. It's nothing fancy here. We want to have all the cooling so that we don't suffer too much in reputation because our cars are overheating all the time. And put 2 seats in there, handmade, luxury, and advanced. Oh, I didn't put anything into safety. No. Doesn't matter too much. Alright. So +5 handmade and luxury radio, AM radio. Oh, this luxury AM radio is fabulous. Just fabulous, Mr. McSpeck. Sports trim? Nope, that was the wrong button. So let's stiffen this up just slightly. There's more weight on the front, so we want to have slightly stiffer springs there, but we do need more damper stiffness. And I'm not so sure about the sway bar, but that looks very heavy for this vehicle. Also, we have a very wide stance, so I don't think we need much of this. Alright, test results are in. Well, this is pretty decent for a first run through without graphs, and oh yeah, we need to optimize this quite a bit. So, no sway bar there maybe. Does that help? Yep, there we go, 1.0 and 37. Not too shabby. How are the brakes doing? Oh, here you see what I mean. It's terrible. It's terrible. But this makes it better. So, more brake power, now we actually can stop the car. We shaved off 4 meters there by just putting up the pad type. That's pretty good. Also got rid of quite a bit of brake fade in the process. Yeah, that's certainly the better option, and we could even go like to 8, but then it becomes like, watch the engineering time down here. That's half a month extra of engineering time just for that. But we got so many stats out of that. It's pretty amazing. Maybe we should just go for it. It's like, yeah. Alright, does that give me enough though? How much competitiveness do we gain from this one? In GT, that's 1 competitiveness. That's probably not worth it for the extra more than a month. Half a month. Half a month? Ugh, yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. It's difficult to tell. Well, let's go for it. I mean, a fat bastard needs to have good brakes, right? So overall, I think we are pretty much done here. But oh no, we have to check the wheel spin, and yes, it is pretty high. So maybe we should get to 50 here. All right, that's already improving it quite a lot. So maybe even lower. It becomes more of a GT car then with this gearing. 11. Yes, much better. And we didn't lose any prestige or anything, so that's all good. Let's go with this. Well, we are a super good supercar, but supercars don't exist yet. What a bummer. So what we do now is just check how this one performs on the markets. And it's all very green, but that is without markup. And let's change that. We want to sell this car at like 100% markup, maybe? 100% markup is really non-issue here. Luxury premiums. 32,000! Oh, I have spent that on a single meal. That was probably grilled whale penis or something. Anyway, so we have our engineering here. We don't have an engineer, but 2 years, 11 months. Oh, that went up quickly. That escalated quickly. So maybe not. Yeah, no, that's too much. It's too much, and we don't want to spend more money on it either. This slider here is locked, and it should be locked. It's just missing the locked symbol, which is unfortunate. For the engine, it doesn't look much better. I thought we would have more time here to put in, but if we put that up to, yeah, let's go for 3 years. And do the same here. Doesn't hurt that much. Just slight boost to reliability, which gives us a slight boost to reputation, and that doesn't hurt. Alright, we choose a small factory for producing the car, because that is reasonably complex to do with so many handmade stuff in there. And then we choose a tiny one, tiny plot. Question is, should we... this is so hard to choose. Should we go for a small plot instead and just build a tiny factory on top of it? That might be a good option. Let's see how it pans out with the cost, because we only have 200 million. Oh, look how sweet it is. That's a tiny factory. A small one just produces 12 cars a day. Costs 90 million. That is decent. We are in Gasmea, so the production costs are pretty high. And as you see, we want to get to a much higher automation level over time. That costs much too much money right now, though, so we're not going to do that. But for the next car we are building, we should have gained enough money in order to be able to upgrade this. Either the automation level to optimize our costs, or we maybe even want to go to level 2, which would be a slight upgrade, as you can see, slightly larger and costing a bit more. But yeah, level 1 it is for now. And here we just built a tiny engine factory. It produces 10 engines a day and with 12 there, so that's easily achievable by just shifting around the shifts. And this one costs 40. Oh, that is too much. Fuck. Alright. So we actually cannot afford this level of automation. So let's drop it down. 77 here. And let's go 30 here to reduce it. Maybe 25 even. That should be better, because we are just incurring so much costs here. The shifts, well, we can try to make 14 cars a day. Seems very high though, but we should be able to sell them. We need almost all shifts in order to do that. Let's optimize 14. We don't want to overproduce many engines, And yeah, this is still looking pretty good. Just be aware these categories don't actually exist yet. And here you have the different modes, so let's see what we can sell. We can sell 1.1 cars a day in this category, 2.9 in this, and this is respectively out of a maximum 4. So 4 here. I think this is looking pretty good, because this all adds up to a number which is reasonably close to what we're producing. So we are slightly overproducing right at the start, or just about right, and then we will grow our markets while building a bit of stock and then sell that stock off. And this competitive list doesn't work yet, but that's something we need to fix. Anyway, so we can sell 11.4 cars a day, which is 82% of our production. And if we mark it up more, you see it drops to 65% sales, and wow, okay, it rises really quickly. If we just need to sell a bit more, we just need to drop it by 10% and poof, we have empty inventory, it seems. So this is all good. We only want to have one trim to start out with, as this is the most efficient way of producing the car in a small factory. If we are upgrading the factory, then we might want to go for more trims, for example, make a convertible version, but not for now. So this is our first car, and we should be able to see... oh, it's not that expensive, actually. So we might want to up the automation levels a little bit to make it cheaper. And if we make it cheaper, we can also sell more cars. So that's a good idea, I hope. Factory setup. Alright, so 35. This one was pretty expensive. Ooh, yeah, that's super expensive. So let's go to 45 here and 35 there. Go forward again. Are we still making enough? 14.1, yep. And this still looks good. And now we sell... oh, you see that? You see that? That is what a little bit of production optimization can do to your sales. Now we sell 93% of the cars. Because it's a little cheaper and catches more audience. So, oh, I pressed the back button there, it's still bugged. So it actually takes you forward. Anyway, we are projected to make 5.7 million profit a month. That sounds good. The labor costs in Gasmea are really high, and so are the taxes. So there will be lots of that stolen from us. But we have to go with that anyway. So the first car you're making, you get the option to jump right ahead to when it starts production, which is right now. We have 26 million left. It is the start of 1949. And let's see how our first set... ooh, that didn't turn out quite as planned. We are making a profit, but the economy probably plunged in the meantime. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. What 3 years difference can make... oh no, what difference 3 years can make was the correct thing to say. Yeah. Alright, we got a little bit of score too. It isn't too bad, but these segments are really small and we do need to build our reach here. And let's see how the markets react to regards to reputation and prestige. That should be going up pretty steeply now with the next month sale when we get that data in. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's really good. That's a steep rise, and we are gaining quite a bit of awareness each month in these categories too. So I'm not all too fussed about the lack of sales right now. And if we look at the markets, oh shit. Okay, that's a year-over-year loss of 9.2% in market size for these luxury categories. It's not a good point to start your luxury campaign. But I think we are about right with the production size, so we should be able to get out of this. Oh, we already made a profit of 1.3 million. And we are having so many cars in stock. Just see, do the sales number go up? Yep, they do go up. And you wonder, why is it going up? Well, the market sizes certainly aren't helping. But what is happening is that the market awareness goes up, so more people know about us in these categories because they see other people driving around with your fancy cars, and also our prestige goes up, which and reputation a little bit, which makes the car more desirable. So it reaches more people in that way too, and that is especially important for calculating, especially important for these luxury segments who really care about the prestige rating of your company. And so now we have a lot less of a drop here, which means that we are almost at the bottom. Yeah, each month it recuperates, so we are almost bottoming out. Once it hits 0, it has bottomed out and will be rising again probably. So that's looking good. Let's see what the year ticks to. And there we go. Yep, it has flattened out. And we only paid that little bit in taxes. That's fine. And now we should be on the rise again. What does the luxury segment say? Yeah, it's the same here. Budget still up and up. That's all good. So if you check the commercial categories, you can see the economy grows when, or you can see that the economy grows when these segments are getting higher in market size. That just means the economy currently is on the upside because you get more demand for actual utility vehicles that build shit and deliver stuff and so on. So productivity related classes like these, while the luxury segments are recuperating. So it should be good times ahead, and we will definitely get rid of our big stock soon enough. Currently we have 5.5 months worth of stock, and I think this is an excellent point of ending the first episode of this Let's Play. And for more, you head over to KillrobPlays, that channel. That's my private channel. And I shall put up the further Let's Plays there. I hope this is a little helpful to you for seeing how you play the Lite campaign. And I hope you enjoyed. And see you guys next time!